Hi, I'm Jacob Ennis.
And I'm Sydney Moore. We are at the Central Park Plaza Ice Rink in Valparaiso, where you can lace up your skates and beat the winter blues.
All around the region, there are many great activities like this, from the Popcorn Fest here in Valparaiso to the new Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana.
We'll bring you those stories and more on this episode of On the Road. Today, Jacob and I are at the Urschel Pavilion with the Porter County Career Center students celebrating the holidays.
Earlier in September, this amazing facility was actually home of the 40th annual Popcorn Fest. Let's pop on over to celebrate 40 years of a hometown treat.
Dan McGuire, I'm with Valpo Parks and I'm the Director of Facilities. Annual Popcorn Festival is the first Saturday after Labor Day. We host a great event downtown where the downtown shuts down. A lot of food booths, craft booths, a lot of music, entertainment. It's a good time.
My name is Sydney Warrior and I'm here at Popcorn Fest to hang out with my friends and see all the different art vendors and the different food vendors. I like looking at all the different types of art and all the jewelry stands.
The Valparaiso events are the ones that we actually put on and get all the great vendors that come and help put on this great event. So we give a lot of credit to them, but a lot of planning goes in with a lot of the city departments, whether it's police, public works, fire, us here at the park department, and it's a joint venture to pull this thing off. It was to celebrate the former popcorn factory here, Orville Redenbacher. There was a plant that was used to grow the popcorn or grow the corn and do the popcorn here. And they decided to have a celebration of what that means and what it is. And then we have a lot of great food activities, kid activities that can be done, a lot of great live entertainment here at Central Park Plaza.
Don't stop till the break of dawn. Don't stop, keep going on. Don't stop, I ain't coming home. Don't stop till the call of
Popcorn Fest is kind of just like a collection of like all kinds of local artists and local groups that come together and kind of just display like what they do, and it's like a good place for family and friends to come and hang out.
You can give Valparaiso Events a call. They're always looking for people to help, whether it's with the parade committee, the logistics committee who basically set up, tear down everything. I know there's like the booth committee, things like that. So there's a lot of committees you can join and help out on. So thank everyone for coming here, and hopefully everyone is enjoying a great day.
It is so interesting that this one location can be the host of so many amazing events.
Speaking of amazing events in the Valpo Pavilion, World Cultural Fest happened a week after Popcorn Fest. Let's check it out.
So I'm Dwayne Davison. I'm the founder of the Valparaiso International Center, the VIC. This is our 12th year in existence as a 501c3 nonprofit, our 11th World Cultural Festival. The first 3 years we started at the Valparaiso International Center, and the last 8 we've been downtown Valparaiso at Central Park Plaza and Pavilion. So the World Cultural Festival is food, dance, music, art from around the world. We have fair trade gifts representing artisans from around the world. We have ethnic restaurants that serve their ethnic food to everyone. We have children's tent with activities, crafts from around the world. We have nonprofit cultural booths that represent cultural organizations in Northwest Indiana. And we had a Parade of Nations, which is hundreds of people born and raised in other countries that live here in Northwest Indiana. Represented their home countries on stage in ethnic garb and their flags and country of origin. That's one of our highlights, but it's a celebration of other cultures for people here in Northwest Indiana.
I'm Lilia Wolf, and I'm dancing with the South Shore Dance Alliance, and I've been dancing for about 4 years now, and this is my first time performing at the World Culture Fest. Our dance troupe is performing here because I think this is our 3rd time being invited back, and we always enjoyed coming here. It's a lot of fun, and we get to do a lot of stuff here. There's a lot going on at World Culture Fest. There's great food, there's a lot of dancing, a lot of music and stuff, and people from all over the world, which is really cool. And I like it a lot. It's my first time here and having a good time.
We have lots of nonprofits that are represented in our information booths. So we have high school language clubs. We have ethnic groups that have cultural offerings around Northwest Indiana that are represented here. We have artwork for children to participate in, and also the Boys and Girls Club in Northwest Indiana had an art festival ahead of time where they made art that they showcased here.
Sure, it's just a bringing together of world cultures and communities, just kind of as a celebration of our differences, but also our similarities, I would say, just through everything that we're doing, through performances and booths and just informational things in general.
It's the only festival where we take everyone from all countries, all international nationalities, and celebrate their history in one place at the same time.
That was so cool. Speaking of cool things, let's make our way over to Lake County for the Pet Expo.
Hi, I'm Danielle Helford. I'm the co-director of the 12th Annual Lake County Pet Expo, held here at the Industrial Arts Building in Crown Point at the Lake County Fairgrounds. I am asked all of the time on how a person can help with the plight of homeless animals. And they maybe don't have the ability to foster, they are at their maximum and can't adopt, they don't know how they can help. And I always try to encourage everybody to attend this event because all of the proceeds are divided evenly amongst the participating rescues and shelters. We take donations of pet food, blankets, towels. You earn free raffle tickets for those donations. Sharing it on Facebook really helps, sharing the event to get the word out there. We have a very small budget, and so it is a great way, one time a year, to really help the voiceless animals that we are, that is our mission to help. Last year, I can say that the rescues reported back to us in our follow-up survey that every animal that had attended the Lake County Pet Expo got enough visibility to be adopted as a result of the event.
My name is Dr. Lisa Boone. I'm a veterinarian, and I am here promoting my nonprofit organization called Kids for Canines. I do first aid and CPR training for police officers, search and rescue handlers, to teach them what to do in case their dogs are injured when they're performing their life-saving duties. And I also give them a first aid kit, and I do the training for free, and I give them the first aid kit for free. So I'm just here to promote my organization, get some donations, because I solely work on donations. Every penny of every donation goes to making first aid kits.
Members of the crowd here, if you could choose your favorite adoptable pet, your number 1 favorite and your number 2 favorite, the winning dog and the winning rescue actually win a prize. I would say my favorite part is probably the adoptable pet parades. We started those last year. The rescues can give us very descriptive terms, tell us a little bit about their individual animals. We encourage them to dress up in a costume because that attracts attention to the rescue dogs. They can do their tricks when we start the parade. We can really display the personality of the individual rescue dog, and I feel that that really helps with the exposure.
Now let's head away from Valpo and go up to Chesterton for their annual Hooked on Art Festival.
Awesome, Sarah. Bye, Miss Welsh.
This is our 9th annual Hooked on Art Festival. We incorporate art and music. What we are is it supports substance abuse treatment. We have an art program and a music program that we use in the therapeutic process of treatment. Chalk art just kind of was something that inspired by Amber Hensel Hicks, who kind of founded Frontline, founded the Hooked on Art Festival, and it's kind of taken a life of its own. So local artists love to come and compete, and it's really just about bringing the community together to understand the significance of substance abuse and the importance of substance abuse treatment for everybody. we do at Frontline, part of our treatment, is we incorporate the arts. As part of the therapeutic process, it kind of gets that spark going for people to go through that tough transition in their life. So Amber was inspired, and it became of a fundraising, but really a community awareness. And all the proceeds from the event go to support the arts and substance abuse treatment, and to make sure that nobody gets left behind and everyone has a chance.
We all met through the Salt Exchange. It's a group that was put on by Frontline, and now it's put on by the Artistic Recovery, and it's like a substance abuse thing. So technically, when it began, we were all forced by law to go, and it kind of just turned into something that we worked into our routine, and I don't know, now we go every week.
When we first started, maybe we weren't the most enthused about it, but as we stayed there longer, we recognized the positiveness and the kind of attributes of growth that Frontline had to offer to everybody. That if you wanted it, then it's yours, but if you don't, then you'll stay stagnant. But the Hooked on Art Festival is an amazing fest that everyone can put their passion on the street or out into whoever wants to look at it.
It's inspirational. It's a place to be. It's the place to be if you want to be out there doing something.
It's a hot spot.
Be a part of it. Yeah, be a part of it.
Looking at all of that amazing art was a refreshing change of pace from all the hustle and bustle of the normal events.
Speaking of yearly events, Bacon Fest has happened for a few years now in Portage. Let's go see what's sizzling over there.
My name is Amy Armstrong. I am the director here, and so I run everything and direct everything here at the Bacon Fest. Everybody thinks of bacon, and it's always a fun, quirky thing. Bacon kind of goes with everything that you eat. It can go with pancakes or it can go with cotton candy. So we feel like it's something that it's universally everybody loves.
My name is Alyssa Go. I work at Skyline Snowy. I pull the cotton candy. I also work in the snow cone. Bacon cotton candy is made just like any other cotton candy. It's artificially flavored bacon, sugar, and then you pour it in the machine after it's heated up. And it will just make just like cotton candy. Now at least you can say you tried it.
We have entertainment all day from 11 to 9 at the Indiana American Water Amphitheater. And so we have like cloggers and live music all day. And then, of course, the splash pad is open all day long. And then the Hannah's Hope Playground is open. We also have like vendors that are crafters, non-profit, like shopping vendors also. Of course, you can eat as much bacon as you want. Every single vendor that we have has to have something. In order to be here today, they had to have some type of bacon item. Come back next year. Next year, it'll be the third week of September. Like us on Facebook, it's Bacon Fest Portage. We also have a full website. We update it constantly. Pictures, our hashtag is Bacon Fest Portage. Definitely any pictures that you take here. So we would love to see you come out next year.
Looks like I'm going to have to go over next year and try some of that bacon cotton candy.
For sure. But until then, let's head over to the Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana for some wacky fun.
My name is Orestes Hernandez, and I'm the Executive Director of the Mascot Hall of Fame. So the Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana is the place you see around me.
Well, actually, the Mascot Hall of Fame is an invention of the city of Whiting. We created this as part of our tourism strategy. The idea is to bring people to Whiting. That's the bottom line. We want to bring people from outside our community in to see our community, and this is a way to do it by bringing people to the Mascot Hall of Fame.
We are disguised as a super fun, ridiculous, interactive children's museum here in Whiting, Indiana.
Well, I mean, whenever you put a facility like this in a community, it certainly plays an important role.
Kids and families are here playing and interacting with exhibits, They're learning all the principles that are part of physics and science and technology and engineering and the arts and mathematics and health and nutrition and all these great principles that kids need to understand and learn at that age. What we saw is kids are walking in the door and they're doing this and their jaws are on the floor and they're like, wow.
I'm utterly surprised every time I see a kid walk in the building and watch their jaws drop as they look up in the sky to see the mascot balloons.
A typical Hall of Fame would have a bronze sculpture and a statue and plaques and all these things. We decided to go in a ridiculous direction and we honor them with 6-foot wide inflatable mascot balloon heads, right? And so as we induct new mascots, we'll have more mascot balloon heads honoring those characters. So the premise behind the Mascot Hall of Fame is you're coming to Mascot University. So when you get to college, you go to orientation. So behind me in the far distance, we've got our Fur-Reshman Orientation Theater. And so that 5 to 6 minute video introduces you to the world of mascots. So the first station is the science of silliness. So to learn about something, you've got to learn the science behind it, the physics behind it, what the suits weigh, how they're made, right? How they're produced, the health and nutrition aspect of it, how to be in the suit safely. You learn the science of mascoting. Then you keep going around and you go to mascot studies. So any topic that you go learn about in college, you're going to learn the history of it. So mascot studies is the history of mascotting. We've got a timeline of mascotting through the ages. That's where we have our artifacts. So pieces of mascot parts that have been game used and worn through history. Now you get to build your own mascot, and you get to do that in a variety of ways. Old school coloring, right? You can take it home and put it on your own fridge, or you can tack it on our fridge right here and put it on display for all the guests. You get to audition to be a mascot. And so finally, you take your experience and you finish off by literally building another mascot. We partnered with Build-A-Bear, and Build-A-Bear has an iconic experience. And so we have a Build-A-Bear experience here, and it's the only Build-A-Bear in the country where you can also build a Reggie. So Reggie's our mascot, so we're the only place where you can get a Reggie Build-A-Bear. And downstairs, you'll find our sports court. There you can put into place everything you've learned on a sports court that encompasses predominantly all the sports that mascots represent. You know, the final piece you do, that's our T-Shooter Stadium competition. That's what you'll experience here at the Mascot Hall of Fame in Whiting, Indiana. We're proud of what we're doing.
It's fun to see kids enjoy themselves when they come here and when they run around throughout the facility and find the things that they like. Again, it's part of our strategy, but it really hits the heart when you see the kids have a good time.
That seems like a fun and creative Hall of Fame. It's cool how a place so important to the mascot community is right here in the region.
Those all looked like a lot of fun. There are more activities coming up. You can even come to downtown Valparaiso this winter to enjoy some ice skating.
Make sure to tune in to our next episode of On the Road and see some more wonderful opportunities that happen right here in the region.
From all of us here at the Porter County Career Center, I'm Jacob Innes.
And I'm Sydney Moore. See you next time on the Road.